Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. Welcome to Sunday. Today's topic is going to be, I don't want to get my hopes up. Alright? And it's a common statement I hear from people. So I'll get to that in a minute. Breathe in the nature. You hear the wind rustling in the leaves. Fall is here. Days are getting shorter. Just get outside, enjoy the daylight, enjoy the sunshine. Just saw a big hawk fly out of one of the trees. Alright, so I had somebody tell me today in an email, I really don't want to get my hopes up, because we're talking about belief as it surrounds their ability to get rid of the TMS pain. They understand TMS, they believe that's what's causing their symptoms and pains, but they don't believe they can get rid of it. You hear that hawk? That's so cool. And so this video is kind of for them, but for anybody else who says, I've tried so many different things to get rid of my pain, I've been disappointed every time. I'm afraid that if I commit to this and it doesn't work, man, I'm going to be crushed. I'm going to be so disappointed. Because in some cases, you've already done all the medical stuff and it hasn't worked. You've been to therapy for a long time and that hasn't worked. And so this TMS approach is kind of like your last hope. And we don't want to be disappointed, so we somehow kind of hold off and go, I don't want to commit fully, because if I do and it doesn't work, then I'm totally screwed. I'm totally out of luck and out of choices. And what I will tell you is, if your fear of being disappointed is stopping you from making the mental shifts and changing the script that we run because you don't want to be disappointed, to a degree, we're basically saying, I don't trust my brain to believe what I tell it. I don't believe that my brain is listening to me. I think my brain is in charge of this TMS thing, and I'm not, and I have no influence over it, which I don't think is the case at all. Our brains are designed to keep us safe and alive, and they listen to us all the time. Our brains believe what we think and say most often. So if you want to change the script, if you want to change the outcome, it has to start with a decision to say, I'm going to trust the process. I'm going to trust that TMS means the brain is creating the pain. And I'm going to trust the amazing miracle called the brain, that if I give it better information, I can get a different and better outcome. And so I'm going to encourage you to say, all right, I'm willing to be disappointed. And are you? Raise your hand, comment below. Are you willing to be disappointed along the way on this journey, that you're trying some things and it doesn't work? Because I can guarantee you this, if you don't start to put in play the various TMS approaches, whether it be mine or one of the other TMS coaches or therapists, if you don't put into play the TMS concepts, you're guaranteed to be disappointed, because you're not making the mental shifts and changing the script and teaching the brain anything new by saying, I'm afraid to be disappointed, so I'm not going to do anything. I'm not suggesting to this person who emailed me that they are doing nothing. But sometimes just the lack of belief that this is even possible is enough to keep that little bit of doubt. That's just enough to sometimes keep these symptoms persistent. And so I'm going to encourage everybody to go all in on this concept. The only thing you've got to lose are the pain and symptoms. Yeah, I know. We're worried about being disappointed again. We've been disappointed countless times throughout our life, and we don't like it. It sucks. But I will guarantee you, if you decide in advance that this is not going to work for me, you're not going to make the mental shift necessary to get it to work for you, which means you're guaranteeing your disappointment. And then you'll be judgmental about yourself for not going all in. All in to me means committed to TMS, committed to yourself, committed to being aware of your mental state and shifting it, and reminding yourself, reassuring yourself, I'm good, I got this, it's just TMS, it's nothing to be concerned about. Being aware of your physical state, breathing and relaxing a little more. Being aware of your emotional state and feeling the emotions as opposed to running from them. Right? Being indifferent towards the symptoms if you can. This is not rocket science, guys, but it does require a commitment. It does require belief, and belief is nothing more than a decision that we make, and then our brain seeks to make sure that that belief is proven true by the reticular activating system that's always looking around for evidence that the things we believe are true. So start with a decision and a commitment to yourself that regardless of your worry over being disappointed, you're going to do what it takes to teach your brain that you're actually okay already, that you're safe, that there's nothing wrong with your body. TMS means, by definition, your body's not the issue. Your brain is just, in my opinion, hypervigilant, and your nervous system is hypersensitive, and it's interpreting normal sensations as dangerous, and so you end up with pain or other symptoms. So the task at hand is to teach your brain to settle down, calm down, and when the brain gets a message, symptoms can fade away. And if they come back, so what? Get right back to that calm, confidence, reassurance that you're okay. When the brain gets the message consistently, the symptoms will come back less and less severely, and even if you have a bad flare-up, so what? It's still TMS. And you know that you have the tools and the capabilities and the inner strength and commitment to yourself to make a difference and basically change your life. I know that change your life sounds like a grand claim, but man, is it true. I've had so many comments, feedback, coaching clients, and people just watching the daily videos saying, oh, this work has changed my life. Not only am I feeling way better physically, but mentally I am not as fearful, anxious, scared, tentative. I am hopeful about my future. And those things are priceless. So, you can do this. Don't be worried about disappointment. Because if you're so worried about disappointment, you're probably not going to take many chances at all in life. And that's not really living. That's just guarding against disappointment. So, if you need some help, painforyou.com/join to take a look at the group coaching and the course. I do have one-on-one coaching, talkwithdan.com if you want some help. But otherwise, keep watching the videos. Keep implementing. Be willing to be disappointed. Be willing to say, I can do this. And be willing to learn as you go, knowing that you're going to stumble and trip a few times. It's not going to go perfectly the first time you really commit. But it's a learning experience. And every little bit of evidence that you've got that it's TMS, jot that down or make a mental note. And anytime you start to doubt, just remind yourself of all the evidence and proof that it's a mind-body thing created in the brain. And when you teach the brain that you're okay, the symptoms can and will fade away. So, hope that makes sense. Don't be afraid of being disappointed. I'll tell you right now, you will be along the way. You will be. But if you keep on getting up and keep on moving forward, those disappointments will become fewer and farther between and less significant, and eventually you're going to come out the other side of this. You're going to have a bright new future that you can look at. So, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Love you guys and gals, and we'll see you tomorrow.